Bananas can destroy your kidneys, they tell you. Potatoes will end your life. What they never tell you, however, is that if you don't eat potassium-rich foods, you must supplement 3 vitamins. Why is that? Because if you don't, you are going to end up on the big D machine. Catherine here, Doctor of Natural Medicine. If you go low potassium without supplementing the 3 vitamins I will show you today, you will end up on the big D machine much sooner than you think. This is what recent studies are proving, and here's the thing. In the world, there are more than 800 million CKD patients, and more than half of them are on a low potassium diet. Coincidentally, a huge number of CKD patients have 1 or more serious vitamin deficiencies. Guys, am I the only one who is mad at these numbers? Am I the only one who thinks sending people on dialysis due to a completely preventable issue is a bad thing? I mean, more than 1 in 2 CKD patients are told to limit potassium, and coincidentally, basically all of them have vitamin deficiencies that are destroying their kidneys. Now, am I the only one seeing a problem in this? Because here's the thing, avoiding potassium-rich foods is strongly linked to vitamin deficiencies, says science. So let's say you have been given one of these handouts, alright, and you are avoiding potassium-rich foods, bananas, potatoes, tomatoes, tangerines, and all that stuff. Well, there are 3 vitamins you absolutely need to supplement if you don't want to end up in dialysis. Let's see what they are now. First, vitamin to always supplement is folate or vitamin B9. So folate is one of the most important vitamins for kidney health, says science. In fact, if you take a renal multivitamin like my Rena Best, you can clearly see that there is an exact amount of folate in it. This amount you see here, this is what you need. All the other renal multivitamins have that same amount of folate as well. It's not just my Rena Best. Do you know why is that? Do you know why every renal multivitamin has the same amount of folate? This study you see here tested a huge number of people and found out that you can slow down your kidney disease progression by a whopping 44% just by supplementing folate daily. Please take a moment to read this paper if you don't believe me, because this is huge, guys. Supplementing this vitamin means many years, maybe decades of dialysis freedom with just 1 vitamin. So now the question is, has your doctor prescribed you a renal multivitamin with folate, or have they just told you to avoid potatoes and bananas? Because here's the thing, avoiding potassium-rich foods, it also means avoiding folate-rich foods. Again, please note how I'm supporting every single word I say with scientific sources. Studies published on prestigious journals, reviews, meta-analysis, nothing of what I'm telling you today is up for debate. Yes, avoiding potassium-rich foods, it means avoiding a vitamin that literally saves you from dialysis, says science, which is ironic. I mean, some of you are being told that spinach and avocado can damage your kidneys, right? Well, the truth is that avoiding those foods will damage your kidneys. Yes, avoiding potassium-rich foods is associated with more risk for kidney failure. Let that sink in for a moment. And of course, there are 2 ways to make sure that doesn't happen. To make sure your kidneys are protected, let's see what they are. First of all, take a renal multivitamin. Get my Rena Best. My Rena Best, which is designed with the need of kidney disease patients in mind, will make sure you are not deficient in folate or in the other vitamins we will see today. This should be your first line defense. But, and this is very important, if you have CKD, not all multivitamins are safe, alright? My Rena Best, it's safe and effective in all the stages of CKD, dialysis included. Regular multivitamin like Centrum or Supradyn, on the other hand, contain vitamin A and other stuff you are never supposed to supplement, alright? So, if you have CKD, make sure you are supplementing a high-quality renal multivitamin like my Rena Best every morning. And here's the thing, you also need to make sure your diet is balanced, alright? Because when it comes to kidney health, the diet always comes first. So now the question is, what folate-rich foods can you still eat if you need to limit potassium? Well, if you take a look at my table, you will notice that, as I was saying, most of the best folate sources are forbidden if you are on a low potassium diet, alright? Spinach is an example. This is one of the most nutrient-dense food on earth, no doubt about it, and one of the best sources of folate, but you can't have it. Same for big greens, avocado, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and more. My point, if you are avoiding potassium-rich foods, you are also avoiding nutrient-rich foods, folate in particular. There are few exceptions in here. You should absolutely consider adding to your diet, even if you can have potassium. First of all, cauliflower, super easy to add to your recipes. Cauliflower is one of a few foods that are both low in potassium and rich in folate. And also, romaine lettuce, very high in folate, very low calorie. And yeah, I know, it's richer in potassium than you want. But listen, you can't really eat too much lettuce. Don't worry about it. Also consider green beans. This is the only legume I recommend my patients, and not just because it's rich in folate. Last but not least, asparagus. Super healthy, rich in folate, low enough in potassium. And asparagus is a real superfood. It's also packed with the next nutrient you should always supplement if you are following a low potassium diet. So let's talk about it. The next nutrient you always need to supplement is vitamin E. Now, vitamin E is a kidney-saving vitamin. It's true, we have studies linking vitamin E supplementation to a huge drop in creatinine levels in diabetic patients. And the reason why that happens is the natural antioxidant activity of vitamin E. Because here's the thing, vitamins are crucial for kidney health, but antioxidants, they are probably even more important. And you know, we even have vitamins that also are antioxidants, like vitamin E. I mean, imagine forbidding that in a diet. No wonder so many people are ending up in dialysis. Because here's the thing, antioxidants can have a much stronger positive impact on your kidney health than most people realize. It's true. We have large studies proving that antioxidant therapy doesn't just slow kidney disease, it can reverse it at any stage. So imagine my uncontained rage when you are told to cut all the best sources of these incredibly powerful antioxidants from your diet. Because of course, all the best sources of vitamin E, they are also super rich in potassium, guys. A few examples include the avocado, the most notorious fruit of the renal diet, and also spinach, Swiss chard, kale, kiwi, all the foods you have been told to avoid. Guys, remember that following a low potassium diet means giving up not just vitamin E and folate. All these foods, they are also super rich in selenium, vitamin C, beta-carotene, flavonoids, and more. All antioxidants your body desperately needs. So now the question is, how to get more vitamin E in your diet? Well, first of all, don't take generic vitamin E supplements. Some of you are constantly being forbidden by your doctors from taking any supplements at all. Am I right? Do you know why is that? Well, the reason is that products made for the general population, they can be very dangerous if you have kidney disease. Let's take the example of vitamins. There are 4 fat-soluble vitamins, D, E, K, and A. And they should never be supplemented by taking products made for the general population, alright? If you'd go on Amazon.com and search for a vitamin E supplements, you will mostly find supplements with doses of vitamin E so high they could easily build up and cause toxicity if your kidneys are not working well. And remember guys that these antioxidants should work in team, alright? They are not nearly as powerful when taken alone, not even if the dose is very high. Do you remember what I was saying about putting the renal diet first? That's what makes the renal diet so powerful. The combination of nutrients you get from actual foods. So yeah, that's why I'm so mad when patients are told to limit potassium indiscriminately. And now some good news. There are still some vitamin E rich foods that you can fit in your diet. First of all, nuts and seeds. Sunflower seeds, almonds, hazelnuts, these are on top of my table because they are super rich not just in vitamin E but in several very powerful antioxidants, polyphenols, selenium, proanthocyanidins, and more. These are incredibly good for your kidneys. And don't mind the potassium content here. The numbers in my table are for 100 grams, but you should never eat 100 grams of nuts or seeds in one sitting. You actually want to eat very moderate amounts of these foods because they are also very rich in calories and protein. Next is the red bell pepper. This is an antioxidant powerhouse that you should be eating daily. It's a pretty unique vegetable actually. All the stuff you need, many vitamins, antioxidants, fiber, it's all in there. And it's low in potassium. We can't say this for many foods. Also add to your diet some mango, and not just for the taste. Mango is packed with several antioxidants and vitamins. It contains a lot of beta-carotene in particular. But yeah, looking at my table, it's clear that the amount of foods you must renounce if you need to follow a low potassium diet is very significant. So the question you might ask now is, why can't we just supplement all these antioxidants together and in a way that's safe for CKD and without having to worry about the potassium? Well, because these studies about antioxidants in CKD, they are fairly recent and nobody had the idea of creating a renal multivitamin that also contains the most science-backed kidney-saving antioxidants, like, several forms of vitamin E including gamma and delta tocopherol, selenium, zinc, copper, vitamin C, and CoQ10. Oh wait, I did. It's my Rena Best from Rena Biotech, because my renal multivitamin Rena Best from Rena Biotech contains not just folate and 3 different forms of vitamin E. It also packs many other powerful antioxidants that are often ignored. I name it Rena Best exactly because I genuinely believe it is the best renal multivitamin on the market. So next time you go to renabiotech.co to get your Rena Fiber, consider trying Rena Best as well, so you can avoid the risk for many nutrient deficiencies. Okay guys, there is one more vitamin you must supplement if you are following a low potassium diet. But before that, now you may ask, why are you saying if you are following a low potassium diet? Isn't everyone with CKD supposed to go low potassium? Okay guys, let's debunk one of the most dangerous myths about the renal diet. Because here's the thing guys, some of you are convinced that they are going to die, and I'm not even kidding, if they eat an avocado. Guys, this is not a joke. Each and every time I talk about foods that have potassium in them, I get a ton of comments from people that are worried and angry at me, even just for mentioning the foods. Yes, a lot of CKD patients are being victims of misinformation, and lately, we are reaching levels of fear that I never thought I would be seeing on YouTube. Look at this comment I just received, because there is something seriously wrong about the way this person thinks about food. This person, he is adamant in saying that a CKD patient with a GFR of 4, a dialysis patient, could literally die due to the potassium content of avocados. I mean, really? You eat an avocado, your heart stops? Is that what people think? Is that what you have been told? Now, this idea that food can literally kill every single CKD patient is wrong on so many levels I don't even know where to begin from. First of all, dietary potassium is not the main cause for hyperkalemia. High potassium levels are caused by the drugs you have been prescribed, not by the foods you are eating. Second, you are not supposed to keep having high potassium levels untreated and to be afraid of foods your whole life. This condition, hyperkalemia, is completely treatable. If your doctor is not giving you a treatment for high potassium levels and just telling you to stop eating avocados, well, that's a failure of the healthcare system. Third, the avocado is one of the fruits that's richer in fiber, alright, which fights constipation. And do you know what is a real cause for hyperkalemia unlike avocados? Constipation. So again, this is not just my opinion, alright? This you see here is the guideline for the renal diet. Yes, guys, please note that everything I say is backed not just by my clinical experience with CKD patients, but by large studies as well. So here's my point. If you are a CKD patient, or even worse, a dialysis patient, and you have been told that fruits and vegetables will literally kill you, well, you have been lied to. I mean, you either have the most incompetent doctor or you are listening to people that are never going to be allowed anywhere near CKD patients. Please, please stop being afraid of fruits and vegetables. It's not worth it. Now guys, there is one more vitamin which you are probably not getting enough of if you are following a low potassium diet. This is probably the most important of them all. I'm talking about vitamin C. Now, vitamin C boasts a myriad of health benefits. It helps with blood pressure, it's a detoxifier, helps with iron absorption, wound healing, immune health, and well, a lot more. And here's the thing, vitamin C is not just a vitamin, it's also one of the most powerful antioxidants. And that's not even the most remarkable property of this molecule. Vitamin C is what we consider an antioxidant bioenhancer. Let me explain. Taking vitamin C with other antioxidants will make your body absorb more of these antioxidants, even 5 times more. For example, if you add a splash of lemon, which is rich in vitamin C, to your green tea, you can increase the absorption of catechins by more than 5 times, as we can see. And vitamin C doesn't just improve catechins from green tea absorption. The same could be said for quercetin, anthocyanins in general, beta-carotene, lycopene, vitamin E, and more. So since these are present in many foods, a good strategy will be to include lemon or other citrus fruits with each meal. Remember that you don't need a lot of vitamin C to get the job done. Just a few milligrams, like those you will be getting from, eating oranges, kiwis, papayas, broccoli, kale, and tomatoes. Now here's the thing, supplementing vitamin C can help, no doubt about it, but it's not the same as getting the natural stuff from a fruit. And I mean, I've put the best form of vitamin C you can find in my Arena Best, but food is just different. Because you see, you can only supplement your multivitamin once in a day, alright? And that vitamin C is going to help you absorb the antioxidants from your breakfast better. When you follow a low potassium diet, you are depriving your body not just of the vitamins I mentioned today, you are also reducing the ability of your body of absorbing antioxidants by an order of magnitude. So here's my point. By following outdated or outright wrong diet advice, you are putting yourself at risk for some incredibly nasty nutrient deficiencies and for no benefit at all. Make sure your renal diet has been prescribed to you by a professional and that you are not just following random advice from the internet, alright? It's your life that's at stake. And if you want more kidney saving tips, my video appears for you, and this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Bye!